The Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Full Monday, the 13th of July, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City addicts. Today is a beautiful, drama-filled day to dive into the absolute madness that our favorite soap just threw at us. Grab your coffee, your wine, or whatever you need to cope, because we have a massive amount of storyline to unpack. Let's get right into the thick of it. I literally cannot even process what I just watched. I cannot believe they actually did that with Patty Williams. I am typing this up late at night. My hands are literally shaking on the keyboard, and I just need to vent to people who actually get it. Am I the only one who was screaming at their television screen during that entire hospital sequence? Because I feel like I am losing my mind. We all knew Patty was unhinged, but dressing up as a nurse to inject Jack's IV and then poisoning Diane with digitalis, that is next level, psychotic. I mean, I've been watching since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most intense, edge of your seat, absolutely terrifying things they have ever done with this character. And don't even get me started on Victor Newman sitting in his little GCAC throne, acting like he is the king of the world while his family completely falls apart. I have so many opinions, and I need to get them all out right now before I explode. So let's start with that heart-stopping opening at the hospital. Kyle Abbott literally screaming for help in the hospital corridor, carrying his mother in his arms. The sheer panic on his face. I kind of felt my own heart drop into my stomach. He throws Diane onto the stretcher, and the way he shoved that syringe at the nurse, screaming that his mother was injected with whatever was in it, it was so raw and visceral. Kyle has been through so much lately, just desperately searching for Diane while she was missing, and now he finally finds her, only to watch her nearly die in his arms. It's heartbreaking. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. How did we even get to this point? Because Diane has been locked up in that padded cell by Dr. Markham and Patty for weeks. The psychological trauma she has endured is unimaginable, and to follow it up with a physical assassination attempt, the writers are not pulling any punches. Okay, back to the point. Tracy Abbott running out of Jack's room was the moment I finally exhaled. Jack is awake. After Patty literally stabbed him and left him fighting for his life, our Abbott patriarch is finally conscious. Tracy is just the ultimate protective sister, isn't she? Remember when she marched right up to Patty in the park and ripped into her? And Tracy is the glue holding this family together. And the first thing Jack does when he wakes up, he tells Kyle to call the cops because Patty stabbed him, and then immediately asks, "Where is Diane?" That man was literally on death's door, and his only thought is his wife. I know some people are loving this whole Patty blackmail storyline because it brings the drama, but personally, I am so ready for Patty to be locked away in a high security facility where she can never hurt anyone ever again. And then Burrow drags Patty in a nurse uniform. He was actually trying to inject Jack's IV. She was going to finish the job while he was helpless in a hospital bed. I mean, how did she even get past hospital security? There are no cameras in Genoa City Memorial, but the confrontation between Jack and Patty was pure soap opera gold. Jack looking her dead in the eye, weak but furious, telling her it's over and she can't drag Diane down. And Patty, that wicked, delusional, psychotic grin on her face when she says, "Maybe I already did." Chills. I literally got full body chills. Stacy Haiduk is acting her absolute heart out in this role. I have to give her major props. But when she said, "Until we meet again, Jack," as they dragged her away, I wanted to throw my remote at the TV. No, we do not want to meet you again, Patty. Stay away. But just when Jack realizes something is horribly wrong with Diane, in walks Ashley Abbott. Yes, the Queen is back from Paris. I am so here for Ashley, returning to face the chaos, though my heart breaks knowing what she's walking into with Abby and Dominic being kidnapped. But right now, she's sitting by Jack's bed, being the strong sister he needs. Then the doctor pulls Tracy and Kyle into the hallway and drops the bomb. Diane was injected with digitalis. For those who don't know, that is a drug that induces a massive heart attack. Patty literally tried to stop Diane's heart. Thank God the hospital staff got the antidote into her in time. I was holding my breath this entire scene. The Abbott family has been targeted so viciously, and it just makes me furious that Patty and Markham got away with this for so long. When Tracy and Kyle go back in and tell Jack that Patty tried to kill Kyle and Diane, Jack's reaction broke me. Oh my God, Diane almost died. The guilt washing over him was palpable, because he knows Patty's obsession with him is the root of all this madness. He genuinely believed Diane would never forgive him for bringing this danger into their lives. And Billy comes in, because, of course, Billy shows up right at the emotional climax, and he, Tracy, and Ashley rally around Jack. They are such a beautiful family unit when they aren't fighting over Jabot. But then Diane walks in, the reunion we have been waiting for. Everyone clears the room, Jack apologizing for hurting her, and Diane just pouring her heart out. When I saw you on the floor, I was so scared you wouldn't make it. I realized there is nothing I want more than to be with you every day. I forgive you. And the kiss. I'm sorry, but if you didn't tear up during that scene, you have no soul. After all the manipulation, all the blackmail, their love survived. I am totally here for it. They have fought too hard to let Patty Williams destroy their marriage. But while the Abbotts are having their emotional breakthroughs, the Newmans are an absolute disaster class in toxic family dynamics. Let's talk about Nikki Newman. My jaw hit the floor when Victoria was helping her to the sofa and Nikki was counting her steps. Wait, is Nikki losing her vision? The spoilers say Victoria is moving in to help her until she regains her eyesight. I am absolutely seething. Victor's been playing the doting husband, pretending to care for her severe headaches while secretly liquidating her Newman Enterprises shares. Did his drugs cause her to go blind? He is literally robbing his sick, terrified wife blind, pun absolutely intended. I cannot stand Victor right now. I mean, remember when he faked his death? Remember when he replaced Jack with a Marco doppelganger? This is a new low, even for the mustache. Victoria offering to move in and stay on the ground floor with Nikki is the only saving grace here. Victoria knows something is wrong. She knows her father is up to his shady corporate tricks. Nikki telling Victoria she has too much on her plate while struggling just to move around her own house. It's devastating to watch. Melody Thomas Scott is giving us such a vulnerable, heartbreaking performance. I just want someone, anyone, to expose Victor's medical power of attorney scam. Victoria needs to dig into those financial records and realize that her father is looting her mother's estate before it's too late. I swear, if Victor gets away with this without massive consequences, I am going to riot. And speaking of Victor's God complex, let's head over to the GCAC where he is holding court with Nick and Adam. Victor casually announcing that he has appointed Victoria to run Newman Enterprises. Look, I love Victoria as CEO. She is ruthless and efficient, but the way Victor just hands these companies out like candy to manipulate his kids is infuriating. Nick speaks up, saying he wants to co-run the company with his sister. And what does Victor do? He shoots him down, saying Nick needs time to recover and his decision is final. Okay, yes, Nick just survived a horrific drug-induced car crash because of Matt Clark. He does need to recover, but Victor using Nick's trauma as a corporate chess piece just rubs me the wrong way. And then there's Adam, poor, constantly screwed over Adam Newman. Adam asks what his role is going to be. He and his girlfriend have a plan to rebuild Newman Media from the ground up. They want to take Kane's old company, Arabesque, and make it a powerhouse. But nope. Victor smugly announces that Phyllis Summers controls Arabesque now. He just handed it over to her. Adam's frustration is so real when he points out that Victor is so busy handing out companies to Lily and Phyllis that there is nothing left for his own son. Am I the only one who thinks Adam is completely justified in being pissed off here? He tries to play by Victor's rules and gets slapped in the face every single time. But then Victor drops the real bomb. He wants to target Spectra Charles. He wants to destroy Sally's company. Are you kidding me? After everything Sally has been through, she literally just lost her baby. She was in a horrific car crash, and now Victor wants to crush her professionally too. I am so glad Adam stood his ground and flat out refused to go after Sally. Adam might be a mess, and he might make terrible decisions, but his instinct to protect Sally right now is the only thing making me root for him. Victor's obsession with controlling who his sons date is so exhausting. Didn't work with Chelsea, didn't work with Sharon, and it's not going to work with Sally. Which brings me to the final piece of this emotional roller coaster, Sally and Billy. Sally asking Billy if he's okay, and Billy casually mentioning that his mom, Jill, just left and invited him to London. And Sally, she actually encourages him to go. She pushes him away. I was screaming at my screen, Sally, no. Tell him the truth. She is hiding so much pain right now. We know she just had that devastating miscarriage after crashing her car in the rain because Billy and Jill doubted the paternity. She is completely broken, and instead of leaning on the man who is supposed to love her, she is sending him across the ocean with his toxic mother. It just makes me so unbelievably sad for Sally. She has faced so many hardships, so much heartbreak. Losing baby Ava with Adam was trauma enough. And now losing another baby? Courtney Hope is going to win an Emmy for this. I can already tell. But I just want her character to catch a break. Why is she always the punching bag of Genoa City? Billy calling Jill and agreeing to go to London is going to be the biggest mistake of his life. When he finds out what Sally went through while he was playing jet setter with his mommy, the guilt is going to eat him alive. I kind of want him to feel guilty, honestly, because he should never have let Jill get into his head about the baby in the first place. So, where do we go from here? Jack and Diane are finally reunited, but they still have to deal with Patty's lingering threats and the fact that Ashley is about to go absolutely nuclear because Abby and Dominic are still missing. That is going to be the next massive explosion on this show. And Victor is going to push his kids too far. Victoria is going to find out about his financial theft from Nikki. Adam is going to go to war to protect Sally's company. And Nick is going to realize that his father doesn't view him as a son, but as a liability. The Newman Empire is going to crumble from the inside out. And honestly, I am grabbing my popcorn. I know some people are loving Victor being back to his ruthless roots, but I am so ready for his kids to team up and take him down. What did you guys think of this episode? Am I overreacting? or was this literally one of the craziest hours of television we've had all year? Let me know, because I am going to be obsessing over this until the next episode